Hi, I'm Nora Walsh, and I'm going to walk you through your 4, 2, and 1 program here with Optavia. I want to welcome you to the program, and hopefully you've had an opportunity to receive your box, open it up, and see all of the good things inside. We're going to go over everything to get you set up to start with and be successful on your journey. The box has all of your Optavia fuelings. It has a small spiral bound book called your Optavia Guide. You have 2 larger books in there, your Habits of Health book and your Life book. And you also have a free shaker bottle. So all of the food that's in your box are all called fuelings. They all contain the same calories and macronutrients like protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats. The only difference between them is taste and texture. So you have some breakfast items, some lunchtime items, some snack type items. You can mix and match. It wouldn't matter what you have when. On the 4, 2, and 1 plan, you're going to have 4 Optavia fuelings a day. You're going to have 2 lean and green meals, and you're going to have 1 healthy snack that you can have with a fueling or with your one of your lean and green meals. That is entirely up to you. You're going to be eating 6 times a day. You generally want to wake up, and within the first hour of being awake, you want to have your first fueling or lean and green meal. And once you have that first fueling, you want to eat every 2 to 3 hours. I suggest not going over the 3-hour mark because that can set you up to be hungry. So you definitely want to stay within that 2 to 3-hour window. A lot of people find it super helpful to set a timer on their phone. You can also keep track of the time by downloading an app called Eat Wise. And that in essence is a meal timer. You program it to eat 6 times a day. And I would say program at about the 2.5-hour mark. And then once you have that first fueling, you go into the app, you tell it you've eaten, and then it will give you a gentle reminder every 2.5 hours from there. That way you have a little bit of extra leeway and cushion until you hit that 3-hour mark. Another great app to download would be the Optavia app. The Optavia app shares a lot of great recipes, and there are also some trackers in there. So you want to look for Optavia Client in the App Store. Your lean and green meals can be anytime throughout the day. A lot of people have them for lunch and dinner. You definitely could have them for breakfast and then dinner, or breakfast and lunch. It would be entirely up to you and your schedule for what is a good fit for you. And it doesn't have to be the same times every day. You can vary that. Okay, I want you to open up your Optavia guidebook to page 13. And on page 13, you're going to see all of the proteins listed here. They are broken down into leanest, leaner, and lean. And that in essence tells you how much you're going to have in each lean and green meal. So if you choose from the leanest category, you're going to have 7 ounces of those proteins and 2 healthy fats. If you choose from the leaner category, you're going to have 6 ounces of that protein and 1 healthy fat. And then the lean category, you're going to have 5 ounces and no healthy fats because those proteins have naturally more fat in them. In the list of options that are available to you, there are animal proteins, and then there are also some meatless options in that last category for each of the categories. So be sure to check that out and know that these are all a cooked weight. So you want to make sure that you have a food scale. If you can measure them out, that will be really helpful for you. And you want to measure it after you've cooked it. Of course, if you're eating out at a restaurant, you're not going to have your scale with you. So you can go really through like the palm of your hand. So the palm of your hand is at about a 3-ounce serving size. So if you're choosing, for example, the leaner category where you would have 6 ounces of protein, you want to choose something that's about 2 palms of your hands, or 2 deck of cards would be another example. Okay, next we're going to go over your vegetable options. So you can look at page 14 of the guide. And they are broken down into lowest, moderate, and highest carbohydrate. That doesn't matter. You can mix and match your vegetables, and they don't have to correspond to the proteins that you choose. For each lean and green meal, you're going to have 3 servings of vegetables, and a serving size is generally half a cup, unless you're looking at this very first category in dark green, and then that serving size is 1 cup. Notice that they're mostly lettuces, so you want to make sure to pack that cup pretty tight for that serving size. There is also a vegetable conversion chart that your coach can send you, and maybe they already have, that you can see what the weight of each of these vegetables are. You want to weigh them and measure them in the way that you're going to be eating them. So again, if you're going to steam your veggies, you want to measure them steamed. If you're going to eat them raw, you want to measure them raw. There is a small paragraph down here at the bottom of the guide that does say that all vegetables are healthy, but we want to keep you on the lower end of the glycemic index. So you want to stay away from vegetables that are higher on that glycemic index. So you're going to want to stay away from a lot of carrots, corn, peas, potatoes, onions, edamame, and Brussels sprouts. Now, you are also going to get a healthy snack serving, and the healthy snacks can be found on page 16 of your guide, and it looks just like this. And those give you 3 different options for that healthy snack, and you can have that with a lean and green meal, or you can have it with a fueling. But you have some starch options here. And in that category, you're going to see things like the carrots, the corn, the potatoes. You're also going to see a slice of lower calorie bread or rice there. So those are listed there. In the second category is fruit. So you're going to see that you can have 1 piece of fruit, a cup of melon, cut up melon or cubed fruit, 3/4 of a cup of berries. That would be an option in the fruit. And then you have the dairy, and the dairy can be milk or it can be yogurt. That's entirely up to you. But this healthy snack is something that you're going to want to have. You get to choose just 1 a day. So you either choose a fruit or starch or a dairy, and you can have that with your fueling or with one of the lean and green meals. So healthy fats are things that are going to correlate with the protein that you're choosing. So healthy fats are often things like salad dressings, avocados, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter, and you can turn to page 18, 19, and 20 in your guidebook, and that will give you a great chart of all of the different healthy fat options here. Let's just turn into the page. So this gives you a lot of great resources. Just think of healthy fats complementing your lean and green meal. And if you have any questions, even salad dressings are listed here. Healthy fat serving is generally about 5 grams of fat and less than 5 grams of carbohydrate. It's really important to weigh and measure the lean and green meal out. I would say that most people think they're going on a meal plan, so less is more. But these are actually really big meals. So you do want to weigh and measure them out as best that you can. Do the best that you can when you're going out to a restaurant. If you are ordering a salad at a restaurant, you probably are not getting 5 to 7 ounces of protein. So what you can do is ask them to double your protein. If you're going to have extra of anything, probably safer to have extra protein than anything else. Also, along with your protein, your vegetables, your healthy fat, and that healthy snack, you do get 3 optional condiments a day. And if you go to page 20 and 21 in your guide, you will see all of the condiments listed here. And condiments are generally no more than 1 gram of carbohydrate per serving. You can have them with a lean and green meal, you can have them with a fueling, or you can have them with that healthy snack option as well. Next, let's talk about water. So water is so important. It helps to flush out unwanted fat. It helps to control your appetite or cravings. And it definitely correlates to how much weight you lose. We have found that people that drink more water tend to flush things out a little bit more and see a bigger drop on the scale. We recommend that you have 64 ounces of water, at least up to half your body weight in ounces. And if 64 ounces of water is a lot of water for you to start with, I want you to have water first thing in the morning and then have water every time you eat something. You want to try to get that water in earlier in the day. You can have flat water, you can have sparkling water. Sometimes the carbonation in sparkling water can help fill you up. And so it makes sure that it's plain sparkling water and there aren't any hidden sugars or carbohydrates in there. We want to aim to keep all beverages to 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 carbs. You may want to pick up some extra electrolytes in these first couple of days. And electrolytes can be things like chicken broth, they could be pickles because of the sodium, they could be Gatorade Zero or Propel or Powerade Zero. Even Smart Water has electrolytes in it, so that's a good option. In the first couple of days, anytime you change the way that you eat, you might feel a little tired. You might get a slight headache as things are processing through your body. And that's where a little extra electrolytes can go a long way. You don't need a lot of it, just a little of it. To help you kind of boost that. But once you've been on plan for a few days, you are going to feel fabulous and you probably won't have any of those side effects. Great. Let's talk about coffee. So coffee is something that you can definitely have on plan. What's more important is what you put in your coffee. So ideally, you want to stick with unsweetened almond milk, cashew milk, or soy milk to flavor your coffee. That is going to be lower in calorie, lower in sugars, lower in carbohydrates, but also be a good protein source. So you can check your condiment and fat guide for all of your creamer and coffee flavoring options. You can also check in with your coach and double check the creamer that you are using, and they can guide you in the right direction. So each day that you're on plan in the first week, keep in touch with your coach. They're going to be reaching out to you, giving you some tips for the day. While your body is adjusting to a new way of eating for those first 3 to 5 days, your coach loves to check in with you and see how you're feeling and to see if you need to make any adjustments to your plan. So they will be reaching out to you. Always feel free to reach out to them. Once you get through your first week on program, you're going to set up a once-a-week coaching call with your coach. And in that, you're going to look at what's working, what's not working, and what are any changes that you might need to make together to help you have more success on plan. The first week, we're going to work on creating those healthier habits around your water, around eating every 2 to 3 hours, around eating lean and green. And then once you get into the program a little bit more, your coach and you will dive into your life book and work on creating a healthier mindset, because we know that the weight will come off, but we don't want the weight to come back. So this is where really tapping into your mindset and working on your bigger habits of health are going to be the big change in your life. You are going to have good days, and then you might have some days on program that are not so great, where life gets in the way and they're tougher than others. And when you have those days, that's when we want you to reach out to your coach. Our job is to support you and to help you see success. You can reach out and text or call them anytime, and they will get right back to you. But when you do have that tough day, please don't shy away. Reach out, because they are here to guide you in the right direction. And what you might be struggling with might have a quick, easy fix. So in your book box, you did get 2 larger books. You have your life book and your habits of health book. We're going to spend more focus on your life book. The habits of health book is a great reference tool that gives you a lot of great information. But your life book gives you a lot of great mindset tips. So I've learned that the key to that is not reading it from cover to cover, but simply opening the book is almost just as important as reading it. And it's all about sending continual, consistent, healthy messages to your subconscious mind. I keep my life book on my nightstand. You can keep it where you have your coffee in the morning. And we suggest you read at least a page a day. Beginning or ending your day, or maybe on your lunch break when you have time, is a great time to kind of thumb through that book. Your coach will guide you to what is the best place to read for you in your particular health journey. Always good to start at element 12. Element 12 talks about maximizing your results on the program. So it gives you some detail and the science behind the way it's designed. So check that out in the first couple of weeks of your health journey. We also have a wonderful community, and we definitely believe that the more support that you have, the better. You have your coach, you have your nutrition plan, you have your life book, and we also have a great community. Our client support page on Facebook is called Health Warriors Client Support Page. Check your Facebook notifications. Hopefully you've connected with your coach on Facebook and they have sent you a invitation to join the group. It's called Health Warriors Client Support Page. We also have 2 great support calls. Sundays, we have our healthy hangouts that are at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And this is where our client support page comes alive. And these calls are a little bit more intimate with our direct coaches and clients. And here we share tips and success stories and discuss different topics of health to help you reach your goal. Clients have an opportunity to share here on these calls, and we just have a great time seeing our Facebook page kind of come alive. All of these calls are live on Zoom each Sunday, but they are recorded into our Facebook group, so you can catch them there if you miss it live. And then on Mondays, Optavia does a community call. It's at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And there you will hear about a different element in your life book each week. And it's kind of done in a webinar format. We also have lots of great tools, webinars, YouTubes, videos, and podcasts. Check with your coach to see if those would be a good fit for you too. And as you go through your Optavia journey and your health journey, people are going to start noticing your results, and you don't have to go into the ins and outs of what you're doing. I always say, keep it simple. All you have to say is that you're working with a health coach, and if they want more information, they can send it to you. You can connect them with your health coach. So the simpler, the better. And we can see if it's a good fit for them. So if you have any questions, we want you definitely to check in with your health coach, and they will answer them specifically to meet your needs. I always do recommend that you take your measurements or take some pictures of yourself, do both measurements and pictures, so that you have those to compare a month down the road. Because the scale is definitely going to move, but it's so fun for you to see the difference in how your clothes fit and see the inches melt away. So on your day one, you want to weigh yourself, get that measurement first thing in the morning. It is simply a data point. You don't have to weigh yourself more than once a week. Write that number down. Share it with your coach so they can help you keep track of it. And that will be the last time that you see that number. And we're going to get you to where you want to be. So we know that you're going to do great on this program. Stay close to your coach, follow the plan, and stay in our community, and you will be set for success.